Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I believe it is November 23rd. I have several things that I'm going to cover. I'm going to talk until I run out of steam. The first thing that I want to discuss was yesterday morning, I got a video from a girlfriend of mine. She's the one that loaned me a car last week when my truck was in the shop. And so I trust her. I trust the information that she gives me. And she sent me a video and she goes, "Watch this when you go home for lunch." And then she sent me some pictures of things that had come out of her skin in the bathtub and stuck to the bathtub. So until I actually got a chance to watch it, I didn't quite understand what I was looking at. But what she was showing me was she had a capsule that she had been prescribed back in 2018, and she had a magnet. And there was stuff inside of this capsule that was sticking to the magnet. Now, I don't know what world you live in, but in my world, that is not the kind of crap that I want in my body. So, that being said, she sent some pictures that when this happened before, she didn't know why. She just took pictures, but she had pictures of these black streaks that were on her skin, and then these big marks that were on the bathtub, metal bathtub. So apparently recently she had found a video that someone posted in the UK about different pharmaceuticals having metal in it. I don't know, I'm not sure what all it is. I don't know what pill it was. I'm going to let her post that information in the comments if she wants to. If you want to check for yourself, if you want to, whatever. I'll let her be the judge if she wants to go into that in more detail. The point is, if you are still one of the people that thinks the pharmaceutical industry has anything good to put in our bodies, think again, please. The other thing that I want to say is, I would say most of the time I am fairly even keeled. Occasionally there's a little bump in the road with the emotions and stuff. Last week with my truck being in the shop and everything that happened with that, I have watched several of my favorite people in the last couple of days, and apparently they all had kind of that upheaval in energy like I did, because it about did me in. So I can only imagine what the people that were maybe unaware, whatever going on. What I have noticed at my office is a lot of angry people calling in on the phone. I have gotten to the point now where if someone gets nasty with me on the phone, I will just flat out say, "You know what? You can either stop yelling at me or I can help you make up your mind. It's not going to be both." And they will usually back down after I call them out on their bullshit. Other people, I'm not sure they do that. I have transferred one call yesterday, and apparently there was a guy not from the United States yelling at my female closer, and she is strong enough that basically she said, "I don't know where you come from, but in America, men don't treat women like that." So apparently she had made him look bad. Well, I don't know how other people can make someone look bad, but perhaps you can help me decipher that. To me, that was just his ego. His ego had been bruised, and he was blaming her for it. What I am seeing these days is a lot of blame going around from people that are unhappy on the other end. I am also seeing a lot of people who cannot just let things rest and let them play out the way they're supposed to. There's a lot of control freaks out there right at the moment. It feels like to me, you can tell me if you see things differently, but it feels like the control freaks are the ones that are probably the most angry right at the moment. So if you, I'll say, have an experience with one of those, or if you run into one of those, you know how when we were in grade school and people said if you had to speak in front of like a public, if you had a big audience and you had to speak in front of public, imagine everybody in their underwear. Well, if someone starts yelling at you, I would suggest imagining them as their 4-year-old person having a temper tantrum on you, because that's exactly how they are acting. One of the closers that we just recently lost, who was nearly 60, she used to run around and throw 4-year-old temper tantrums all the time. At first, I was super offended because I was taking it personally. And about after a month, I realized this doesn't have anything to do with me. So I detached from her little 4-year-old temper tantrum and was able to go about my business. That was her issue. That was stuff that was unhealed in her. That didn't have anything to do with me. So when you run into these people in the world, do not match that energy. Do not let your 4-year-old temper tantrum come out in you because they're acting like an asshole. So I feel and see that happening a lot right now. Maybe it's the astrology. I don't know what it is. Like I said last week about did me in, I can only imagine what everybody else is going through. It's coming out of the woodwork right now. And things are intensifying more and more all the time, with the holidays and the stress and everything that's going on. So I would highly suggest getting in as much quiet time as you can so you can get rid of the chatter, and you probably can agree with this. When we were younger, maybe as an older person still, you're driving down the road and you've got your radio on and you're blaring, it's blasting because your favorite song is on. Now, when you get to a point where you need to maybe find something, you turn the radio down so you can think straight, right? Well, that's what meditation does for you, is it turns the radio down so you can think straight and you can hear the guidance that is trying to come through. Long time ago, I remember going to a concert and I pulled up to a stoplight. My intentions at that time was to take a right because that's what the directions said. Take a right to get to where I needed to go for the concert. And I'm sitting at the stoplight and I am literally hearing in my head, take a left, take a left, take a left. So I did take a left because that internal guidance was so strong. I took a left, and then as I came in the back way, I saw this line of cars that I would have been in if I'd have went the way that I intended originally. That is what your higher self is trying to get through to you most of the time, is take a left, not a right. Get your ego out of the way, whatever. So let me think. Is there anything else I want to cover at the moment? I don't think so. I hope everybody has a great day. Oh, I forgot. I didn't know this until yesterday, but apparently Mr. T came out with a new book in the last couple of days, and it sold lots and lots and lots of copies. I've never seen anything come through on my end that even gave me the chance to buy it. I don't know that I would, but apparently he was supposed to be on Fox News last night, and I saw something this morning. There was a fire on a rooftop of one of the hotels in New York, and then the whole trial thing and the stuff that happened in Wisconsin, of course, was the distraction. Again, remember yesterday's video about all the distractions that are showing up is like going, there's something going on over here, but we want you to look over here because we don't want you to see this. A lot of that going on. So I did. I mean, I kind of missed it because I was kind of paying attention to this over here. Only because it's something to talk about on the channel and kind of to say, stop looking at that. So anyhow, that's it. I think I'm done. I will talk to you later. Bye.